I don't know what I'm doing. This is therapeutic. My wife died 2 days ago. Barely 2 days ago. This is coming to you from Compiègne, France. And I'm an American. My wife was an American. She's also an Irish citizen. But I get a little backstory. I don't know what's going on. This is just this stream of consciousness, and hopefully therapeutic. A month ago, she was healthy. I seemed to be healthy, but obviously not. Again, I really thought that was when we're going to grow old together. I'm 57, she was 55. We're vegetarians. We work out at CrossFit. We're in France. We even reduced our wine consumption because we figured that just get out ahead of it, because we wanted to explore more of the world. We moved here because it was just what we wanted to do, and we seriously thought that why do what so many people do and wait till you retire to go out and live your life, because you never know when your life is going to be over, so why wait? Who knew that was prescient? So we moved from Arizona. We came here in 2022. And everything's great. I made friends. We started off in the south. We moved up to Paris for a while. And then just 2 months ago, we moved here to Compiègne, which is just a cute little small city, about 45 minutes outside of Paris, easy to get in and out of. This was just going to be a great spot to have everything. We can get into Paris when we want. We can drive in the countryside. There's castles, chateaus, synonymous pretty much. But again, it's just a wonderful spot. It's different, and we just want different, and we want to see things. I mean, the healthcare here is great. The food's great. The people are wonderful. There's more of the world to see. We're supposed to grow old. We're supposed to grow old together and experience. We wanted to see more of Asia, and we're closer now, and we're closer everywhere. We did the United States. I don't know. At any moment, she's supposed to walk. This just happens randomly. I'm sorry. Again, at any moment, she should walk up behind me and just say, "It's a fucking joke." But I don't think it's going to happen. Like today, 2 days later, you just have to make things move. What the world doesn't wait for you. It just goes. It'll run you over if you don't move out of its way or move along with it. Yesterday, I made arrangements for her cremation. I got her death certificates. Yeah, just watching the nice, unassuming man in the Marais, which is France's version of City Hall, the town hall. So bureaucracy is taken care of, and so there's a man whose whole job seems to be to deal with death. The place was not very busy. I sat down, meticulously went through all the paperwork, and as I'm handing him stuff, and I see a stack of papers end up on his desk, he's looking through, he's making sure everything is correct. I lost it. I just burst out into tears in the middle of this seeming fairly empty office, just because thinking that stack of papers is what's currently representing my wife, who is my favorite person who's ever lived. Like, we were together for 24 years. We just met by chance in a bar in Manhattan that I shouldn't have been at, but I was. And she was. And we started talking, and it was Championship Sunday 2001. And we pretty much standing there in front of the screens missed both games because we just talked the entire time. Like, it's like it was yesterday, I can see it. And then today is 1 week shy of our 22nd anniversary. So June 5th. I'm rambling. I don't know where this is going. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's a form of video journaling. So I don't even know if I said she had cancer. We didn't know she had cancer. She had developed a cough probably 6 months ago. And there was the reasons. I had a cough in Arizona that lasted about 4 months, and it just kind of went away, and I just didn't think much of it. She got a cough while we were in Paris. It started just clearing her throat. No big deal. Developed into a cough. Went to a pulmonologist. I couldn't find anything on a chest x-ray. I figured, probably just an allergy or something. Went to an allergist later on, and after it didn't go away. Allergist said she's allergic to pet dander. We have dogs. I figured, okay, well, that's probably it. And there's dust, and there's maybe some mold because of we had stuff that we took out of storage. So when she walked away from the house, she coughed less. Okay, well, that must be it. We went on a quick vacation with a friend, and she gave her some Claritin, and it seemed to just clear her up mostly. Okay, it has to be an allergy. Cough still kept. So we went to another pulmonologist, who came recommended. Well, she was a meticulous researcher, so she found somebody in Paris, and we managed to get an earlier appointment because we were heading out to the United States, and we weren't supposed to see this person until we got back from the U.S. But we squeezed this one in. I told her to go to get a scan the next day. This is a little over at this point, this is about 4 weeks ago. And so we went to get the scan. Here in France, I don't know, but I've never seen it happen in the U.S., but they you get your work, and they hand you the results back right away. And so we were emailing the doctor saying, okay, so to prepare for the follow-up visit. And the people that were doing the scans just seemed to be a little bit, I don't know, they just seemed a little bit nervous. A little bit overly, what's called, I don't know. Something just didn't seem right, but you couldn't put your finger on it. So we thought nothing. So we went, Melissa emailed the results to the doctor. Doctor called back in half an hour. Doctors typically don't. It's usually not a good sign. This doctor called back and said, okay, it was a Wednesday, and the following day was May Day, a national holiday here. The doctor said it was her colleagues were arranging to have her admitted. If she needed to be admitted to the hospital, and if she needed to talk, the doctor gave her personal phone number. He said, call her for anything. Not a good sign. So we looked at the results. They're in French and they're medical terms, so it's not part of our normal French vocabulary. So we looked them up, and they didn't sound good. So then I went to AI online, and I put in what it was saying, and it said that it seems like your wife has stage 4 lung cancer. It hit us like a shot in the gut. We took a walk, and she said, well, imagine, what if today's the last good day of my life? What if I check into the hospital and I never check out? Like, that's crazy. Like, that can't happen. It's just silly. Let's not even talk about that. It turns out she was right. few days later, she checks into the hospital and she never checked out. When the biopsy results came back, again, we already knew because of the scans that she had metastases in her liver, and I think it's called a perineum. I'm not 100% sure. But it's kind of like whatever, something in the stomach area. And again, the massive one in her lungs and wrapping around her coronary artery, pulmonary artery, sorry. And so that was bad enough. Then we get to the hospital, check her in, and they find out she's got, again, her chin was numb. She wasn't telling anybody. We mentioned it, and the doctor did another scan, found out metastases in her brain too. So everything's just getting worse. And so they do biopsies and find out when the biopsy results come back that it's a rare form of lung cancer called large cell lung cancer. It's very aggressive. It's fairly uncommon. And had we caught it in the early stages, there was a good chance that she could have lived for 2 to 5 years or so, if they had a 60% chance, if I recall. But we didn't catch it then. We didn't even think about it then. It was a cough. It's a cough. Maybe there's so many reasons. She lost some weight. We were working out. We were eating better. We were going to CrossFit. Of course, you're losing weight. I was losing weight. So there's so many things to just cover over what was actually going on. And the doctor said unfortunately was that she's too far gone to even undergo treatment, because her liver is so bad that if they were to try chemo would probably kill her before it would affect the cancer. Again, had we caught this early, there'd be a decent chance. Had this been another type of cancer, there'd be a decent chance. But this particular cancer, there was no chance. So when asked, I go, how long? And he said, they can't be sure, but most likely weeks, not months. Again, I'm like, how is that possible? We just found out she had it. And they were right. I watched her get worse every day. Just a little bit worse, a little bit worse. And then it started to speed up a little bit. When we went to the hospital, she walked 25 minutes from the train station to the hospital because she didn't want to sit in an Uber or whatever and maybe get stuck in traffic, so we walked. In a little over a week, she couldn't walk. I could help her to the bathroom, but that was it. Shortly after that, within 3 weeks, she couldn't get out of bed at all. 3 weeks. And they moved us, we looked for clinical trials, but there was nothing. There was one that was going to start, but even if it had started, it turns out that she just wasn't eligible because she was too sick. Couldn't get a liver transplant because there's too much cancer everywhere else. And liver transplant, so the liver that basically killed her, it was fucking lung cancer. So she took care of everything. We're photographers, but her degree was in economics. She had been a CFO when I met her. I was just a photo assistant. We worked a lot together, and she loved photography. She became a photographer. She became a good photographer, but she was great at the behind the scenes stuff, which is like the only thing I'm good at. My skill set is smiling and being nice to people and making good photographs. She kept the lights on for all these years. We had a very successful photo business, and she's the reason for it. And so now I have to learn all the stuff that she just took so easily to. It stresses me out. I don't know. I didn't need to know because she was so good at it. I asked, like, hey, why don't you teach me some of this stuff so I can help you out, take some of your workload off? She said, don't worry about it. This is what I do. All right. I didn't really want to do it anyway, so I didn't fight too hard. I said it again over the years. I said it a few times, and each time she just, no, don't worry about it. So I didn't. I didn't think one day she's going to be taken from me, and I'd never get a chance to learn it from her. But I have to learn it because, again, the world doesn't stop for you. I live in France now, so I have to learn how to. I've got to do this all on my own, not my native country. And I love this place. I mean, there's no No hate for any of this. The medical system's great. The people are wonderful. There's just so much to love about here. And actually, we're really lucky because if this happened in the United States, hell, we might be bankrupt now. Not we, me. Although I would take bankruptcy if I could have her back. But being bankrupt and losing again the best parts of you. Like when people say it's like refer to your spouse as your better half, she was so much more than half. She was 7/8. I always say, like, you're shortchanging her. She's so much better than that. Like everybody loved her. Like she affected so many people in every place that we were. Like the number of people that have called and wrote and cried, it's astounding. Like I count the blessings that we have, that I've got this support network, that she had this support while she was sick. But she wasn't sick long. We didn't even know that she had this. How does this happen? It was under 4 weeks from getting a scan to being dead. This happens in movies. It happens in the news. It doesn't happen to you. It doesn't happen to me. It's way too much to go. We had way too many plans. Like I wanted to eat street food in Thailand. We wanted to, again, explore Vietnam. We wanted to go through Africa. We're various parts, obviously. Like Morocco would be the first place because it's the closest. And then there's just so many places in the world to see. We're done with North America. Been there, done that. But it's a big world and a beautiful world. Like we're supposed to die from boredom in the end, and when we're like 90 or so. But now it seems that that's going to be me. I'm going to have to be the one. We've got two grown daughters who now don't have a mother. So I've got to thrive for them, make sure that they thrive. They're taking it hard, but again, from the outside, you'd think that was they're fairly stoic. Like on the other hand, I cry at the drop of a hat. Right now, so just crying once, and this is amazing to me because everything is making me cry. In the beginning, though, of course, I couldn't stop crying. I felt awful. I'm at her bedside. I'm trying to be cheerful, trying to give hope. And all I could do was cry. And she'd come to grips with it. But still, all I could do was cry and tell her I love her. So, again, this is meandering. If anybody's watching this, if I even post this, I hope that you've got some kind of peace. I'm looking to do this kind of as a journal for my own therapy, just to get it out. On top of, my daughter bought me a journal, so I'll try some of that as well. But what do? Like, you go online, you ask people, you find people that you hope is going to have some words of wisdom to say. None of it feels like they could possibly know what you're going through, even though a bunch can. There's a lot of you out there, a lot of me out there. It's hard to even fucking imagine. But there are websites with things. You go to the funeral home to arrange your burial, your cremation in our case, and they give you a packet full of checklists to get through the bureaucracy, and just so you don't get lost. You can go on websites and find, again, we're in France, so we're American citizens. Melissa was an Irish citizen as well, but so I got to call consulates. Today's, of course, a bank holiday, so for all I was trying to do, I ended up making lists for things to do tomorrow and the following day, and just to go down. You have to move forward. You have to keep busy. Otherwise, when you stop, your memories just can haunt you. I expect that to happen for quite some time. I know I'm not going to be like this forever. I know I will get through it. The kids will get through it. People before me and people long after me have and will get through these things. But it just doesn't seem possible. It doesn't seem possible, but I know it is. So I will check back and just talk to the camera and talk to you, and hopefully it'll help me, and if it helps me, maybe it'll help you. I don't know. I really have absolutely no idea. So anyway, that's it for today, and life is not fucking fair.